What up, my champions in training? It's Reemus here, and welcome to Fire and Fighting, where we speak champions mentality. So in this video, we're going to talk about going for the long-term goal over the short-term one, and we're going to talk a bit about Roberto Duran. And recently just finished Roberto Duran's not new book, but his autobiography. It's quite an interesting one. It would be, of course, it's Duran. Has loads of interesting stories and whatever. And interestingly, I thought there was something of value that I could, give to you. So after the first Leonard fight, of course, Duran went back to Miami and Panama and partied his life, away at that point. And he grew up in weight. I think he hit nearly 200 pounds, which is kind of crazy to think about it, like in such a short space of time. And he did say food was his weakness. But in that time, obviously Sugar Ray, he's planning, he's plotting, how am I going to come back from this defeat? So then I think he must have heard Duran was partying away. I think he said that before. But one thing that I found interesting was Duran's team made the fight, the rematch fight with Leonard, without Duran's knowledge. So then he's putting himself away, and then his management comes to him and says, look, we've agreed it is, soon. I can't remember, it must have been like a couple months or something, right? And he's gone up in weight. He's like, oh my god, like this is too soon. He wanted to, I think, postpone it, but his managers and promoters, they got onto him, so he just went through with it anyway. And it's the same kind of thing with his fight with, I think it was his first fight with Esteban de Jesus, his first loss. He wasn't actually ready for the fight. I can't remember what it was, and he wanted to postpone the fight, but he couldn't. Well, he didn't, because his managers didn't let him. So in that example, right, you could clearly see that he didn't go for the long-term option. The option that's always safest to go for is what you want in the long term, because in the end, that's what you want. If you always go for a long-term goal, you'll always be in alignment of what you said you wanted to do from the start, if that makes sense. In that example, you could say Duran should have said, you know what, I don't care if we're going to lose a bit of money. I want to wait because I want to win this fight. I don't want to go in half-hearted or whatever it is. And of course, he lost those fights. And of course, we do this so much times in our lives. We go for the short-term the instant gratification because it feels good immediately, over the long-term, because usually the long-term way is more painful. But everything that's more painful is usually more rewarding in the end. So your mission is, when you are presented with the option of going for short-term success or long-term success, which usually is a bit more painful, you know which one to pick. Go for the long-term success. So this could be, you're in the gym and someone's offering to your trainer, saying go in with this guy, and this guy's a beast. This guy's it's a bit long for you. That's what you do know. And of course, short-term gratification in this example, just an example. In this example, it would be not going up and sparring that guy, because it's not going to feel good. It's going to feel better if you stay and not spar with this guy who is a beast. But the long-term option is much more beneficial, or the option that is more beneficial for you in the long term is to go up. And maybe it's really rough, maybe you had a session or whatever, but it's going to help you in the end, because to go up against someone who's good is good competition, and good competition leads to a lot of growth. So this is just a tiny example. Be wary of it, and whenever the fork road comes up, you come up to that fork in the road, and you say, I can go for the short term or I can go for the long term success. The long term one looks scary. Damn, it looks dark. It doesn't look nice. The short term one, you can see the gold, you can see the light right there. Don't fall into the trap. Don't go for the short term one. Go for the long term one. So with that, we're going to end with the quote of today, which is, persistence and endurance will make you omnipotent. So that's what you want to be. Persist, and then you can take the long road. Okay, I hope that helped. If it did, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Reemus is out.